my actual eyesight. Is there the high drive? Deep center! Go! 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 We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks. All right, we'll try that again. Welcome, folks, to Dan Wilkins Broadcasting coverage of the Kingsway Dragons and the Gloucester Catholic Rams here on our final day of the high school regular season. The PowerPoints cutoff isn't until the 19th at noon, but this is a good game for both teams considering that in the Tri-County Royal, Gloucester Catholic is having their first adversity bump of the season. They lost to Cherry Hill West at home in the semifinal round of the Diamond Classic, and now that Cherry Hill West has been crowned DC champions, now they get to go back to regular business, which is taking butts and taking names. For Kingsway, the last time these two teams played each other, it was 13-8 in favor of Gloucester Catholic. The offense ran high, but in a hitter-friendly Kingsway Park, a couple of homers left the yard. But here in Gloucester Catholic, there's no such thing as a hitter's advantage. Maybe down the poles, maybe, but if you hit it anywhere towards center field, you've really got no shot. But Kingsway is going to be putting their trust into Nate Bott for their start this afternoon, while Gloucester Catholic goes with an unconventional pick, Jack Mastero, as he gets to start with just a handful of innings under his belt, less than 10 this year. But as Gloucester Catholic has won back-to-back in a row, which sounds fictional because they won 19 in a row. They won nearly 20 games in a row. They lost one, and now they're back on the mend again. They beat Monsignor Bonner 3-2 of a Pennsylvania school, and they beat Washington Township in a conference game 6-0. So now that they're going into the final stretch of the regular season before they get seeded for their playoffs this May 22nd, which is the first round of private playoff dates, we're going to have a blast here at Joe Barth Field. On a nice overcast Friday afternoon, we get set for a big weekend of baseball ahead. If you didn't see our announcement on Twitter and Instagram, we have picked up the NJCAA Region 19 Finals. We will be covering two games on Saturday, which is the second semifinals game and the first championship game. Now, if a team goes 3-0 in day two, then the tournament's over. But if one team loses a game, then we have a game 3 on Sunday. That's a 12 o'clock start from RCSJ Gloucester, and 3 of the 4 teams in that tournament are nationally ranked. RCGC, Brookdale, and Northampton. Middlesex is in there as well. But if RCSJ or any one of those teams make it to the final, they'll be facing nationally ranked programs. And what do we love more than nationally ranked programs right here on DWB? Because we're watching one right now in Gloucester Catholic. They cracked the top 50 by perfect game a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if they're still on that list, but I know that they're pretty darn close. You've got Malvern Prep up there as well, a couple of PA schools around the area. But these guys are going to look to mash the bats today after a 13-8 win back in April versus Kingsway. They're going to try to go for round 2 this afternoon. We'll be right back with starting lineups and first pitch right here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. We'll be right back. don't forget to tune in on Saturday, June 1st for the DWB football schedule release party. And I'll tell you, one of these two teams already has a game scheduled for them. So you might want to check it out, as we've got 18 games with over 30 different teams represented from South to Central Jersey, down the shore, everything in between. So if you want a taste of it, check it out on Saturday, June 1st at 7 o'clock on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting YouTube. We're going to have a whole panel just like ESPN College Game Day, and it's going to be a fun show. Going to be a fun show. Strike called to start the bottom of the second here. Fouled back, 1-1. With the number 4 hitter Lipoff, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Lipoff, Danza, and Darius. And he got him. Strikeout number 2 for Nate Bott. And here is Noah Danza. Noah Danza, the commit to the Virginia Cavaliers. Getting it started here trying to continue Gloucester Catholic's luck here in the bottom of the second inning. They went down in order in the first, and now are already 4 up, 4 down against Nate Bott, so he's held them in check pretty well tonight. Danza gives this one a ride. And in center field, McCaffrey's got it. 2 away. 5 up, 5 down. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Visit today 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. Here is Tate Darius. Darius, the first baseman tonight, might be playing Noah Danza when they both go to college, because he is a future Miami Hurricane. Yeah, if he doesn't get drafted by a major league team. I think Gloucester Catholic had somebody drafted by them a couple of years ago, by a major league club. I think they were a late round draft pick. As Darius pokes this one into left field for a base hit. GC's got their first base runner of the night, picked up in the corner. He's got trouble with it, and a 2-out double for Tate Darius gets the job done. Here's Guy Lynham now. Lynham, a sophomore, class of 26. Batting .344 this year, 22 for 64, 3 career home runs, but 1 this year, 25 RBI, and 8 stolen bases. He cranks this one foul. Don't forget, all commercials on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by me. It goes towards my college fund and also towards equipment expenses. So if you're a small business owner interested in getting in the advertising game for South Jersey's largest growing independent broadcaster, send us an email today at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Darius on second base here for GC. They're trying to get on the board here in the second. There's a swing and a miss. This is going to be K number 3 for Bott. Throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. Bott and the rest of the Kingsway crew have kept Gloucester Catholic in check. We go to the top of the third. No score here from Brooklawn. Line drive foul. Oh, and 2 to Taylor. Taylor, McCaffrey, and Popoff. Swing and a miss. Mostero's got a strikeout, and there's one away in the third. But I'll bring up McCaffrey now. McCaffrey grounded out to short his first time. And he takes that one outside. I mean, Mostero's been doing good. This is only his second appearance of the year that he's gone more than an inning. At 2/3 versus Rancocas Valley, 1 versus Clearview, and 5 versus Washington Township. That was really the only time that he went for this kind of magnitude. And even then, that was at Washington Township. This is a whole different ball game. You know, it's your first start, quote, quote, start at home. That one's inside. It's 3-0. I mean, Mostero's been real good. I mean, he's obviously given a little bit of a question mark to Kingsway being that powerful lefty. And it's not like he's blowing you away with the fastball. I mean, the fastball's probably sitting around lower to mid-80s, but the pitching isn't his specialty. That's the thing, is that the pitching is not what he's known for. He's known for being that powerful first baseman. As there's a line drive in the right, Marziani makes the catch, fell over himself while doing so, and there's 2 down. Wouldn't really put that as a diving catch classification because it was after he caught it, but still a nice effort nonetheless. And here's Tommy Popoff. He was the first of 2 singles for Kingsway. In the top of the first inning, they gave Mostero a little bit of trouble, but ended up really not doing much at the end of the day. This one is hit well out towards center field, actually, and Terranova makes the catch, side retired. Moving smoothly here from Brooklawn, Jack Mistero and Nate Bott are both in their respective grooves. It's no score going to the bottom of the third. Of the third, pitchers in their groove tonight. Nate Bott has been shutting down Gloucester Catholic so far. He's only allowed one hit through 2 frames with 3 strikeouts to boot, as the first pitch is a strike. He's only faced 1 above the minimum as Pancoast, Marziani, and Bogart, 8, 9, and 1. Getting the bat here in the third. Swinging a little tapper up the line. Taken for a 3 unassisted from Kyle Cupsey. And Gloucester Catholic is still only 1 over the minimum. Here's Marziani. Marziani, Marziani, the 9-hitter here for Gloucester Catholic. With a strike right down the pipe, 0-1. Marziani, a 154 career hitter, 3 for 25 this year, all singles, 1 walk, 2 stolen bases. Also a 0.84 ERA on the hill. Don't feel like he's been given enough credit for that. I mean, 8 1/3 innings. Only 1 earned run allowed, including scoreless ball versus St. Augustine on the 28th in that 1-0 thriller of a win versus St. Augustine. Not too much in the names of out-of-town scores right now. GCIT leads Woodstown 1-0 in the top of the third. Seems like everybody's taking a day off, as that's a foul ball. Oh, that one hit off of the bullpen screen in left and ricocheted back onto the field. And it's 1-2. Washington Township and Pennsauken are tied 0-0 in the bottom of the third. And he got him. Strikeout number 4 for Nate Bott. He's been doing real nice so far. No score between Pittman and Florence in the second inning. That's really all we've got. I mean, there's there are a good amount of games being played today, but not too much in the name of South Jersey. I mean, the Colonial Conference really ended their conference schedule yesterday. And there's a strike called to Bogart. He grounded out to third his first time. A couple of good games this weekend, though. Audubon and Cedar Creek, the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 1 versus the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 2. I don't feel like that game, I mean, that game is still technically before the cutoff. So, for all intents and purposes, I mean, that's a game that I think people should be paying attention to. My Audubon bias aside, the fact that they've got the number 1 seed in 2 different brackets, that's going to benefit one team, and I don't know if it'll hurt the other, but it'll certainly do a little damage. But a weak tapper back to the mound ends the third. We are scoreless through 3 here at Joe Barth. Top of the 4th inning here on DWB, as that one is down to Kingsway. It's time for today's DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, when was the last time that the Rookie of the Year award in both the American League and the National League was given to pitchers? So both the AL Rookie of the Year and the NL Rookie of the Year were both given to pitchers. Was it A, 2011, B, 2005, C, 1998, or D, 1976? The answer will be revealed in the bottom of the 4th inning. Getting it started for Kingsway in the 4th is Kyle Cupsey. He'll be followed by Bragg and Thorpe in the 4, 5, and 6 spots. As the count is 2-1 to Cupsey, the cleanup man. He singled in the 1st inning. That's down. By the way, in Region 19 playoff action, what we'll be covering on Saturday and Sunday, it does have an implication. Brookdale leads Middlesex 5-0. There's a fly ball at the deep left. Going over Pancoast. And that might be out in some ballparks, but in this, it stays in. 1 away. Especially on those fly balls to deep center. You know, I think about the last time I was here for the Thank You Classic, Jake Terranova made an incredible catch in center field to save at least a couple of runs and save what Tate Darius had as a no-hit bid. At the time, he was taken out after 6 2/3. And there's a strike to Bragg. 0-1. Ocean City leads Mainland 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd, as there's a line drive to right. Marziani takes it in with ease. By the way, the winner of that Ocean City game plays St. Augustine in the Cal final. I wish more conferences did their own little in-season tournaments like the Cape Atlantic does. You know, I would love to see. I mean, obviously the Diamond Classic being up to 32 teams now makes things a little bit difficult, where you're going to struggle to have tournaments where you're going to have the same poll. I mean, think about it this way. The Camden County tournament was not like the Camden County tournament for basketball. It didn't include 24 teams. It only included 8, and it didn't include arguably some of the best teams in the county as well. As here's a fly ball. Hit down into the left field corner, and it's caught by Pancoast, side retired. So Kingsway is giving the ball a ride a little bit tonight, but Gloucester Catholic still holding them at bay. This is no 13-8 like we saw back in April. It's no score after 3.5. Yeah. Bottom of the fourth, it's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, when was the last time that the AL and NL Rookie of the Year awards were awarded both to pitchers? Was it A, 2011, B, 2005, C, 1998, or D, 1976? And the answer is A, 2011, when it went to Jeremy Hellickson of the Tampa Bay Rays, as we know, noted Hall of Famer Jeremy Hellickson, and also Phillies Dark Age specialist. As there's a strike called. 0-2. Christian Elliott just homered for Mainland. They trail Ocean City 2-1 in the bottom of the third of the Cape Atlantic semifinal. Gives that one a ride foul. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Terra Nova, Mastero, and Lipoff, the cream of the crop of the GC order, 2, 3, and 4. Batting here in the fourth. Pokes this one the other way. That's going to drop for a base hit in the left. Picked up, and that'll be brought in. So Jake Terranova tries to light the match here in the bottom of the fourth and tries to break the stalemate. Here's Mastero now. Mastero 0 for 1, grounded out in the first. And Mainland just went back-to-back, so they just tied the game 2-2. Back-to-back homers from the Mustangs. Chase Kamen, you said? Chase Kamen. Gotcha. 2-2 is the score of that game, and 0-1 is the count in this one. A couple of night games going on here on this Friday night, as here comes a throw down to second. He got him! Tommy Popoff gets the job done and wipes the base clean on a caught stealing down to second base. Cherry Hill East plays Lenape tonight at 7 o'clock. Not sure where that game's going to be, because maybe Rutgers Camden, I'm not sure, but I know Saturday is Burlington Township and Pennsauken. We were supposed to cover that game, but because of the Region 19 stuff, we have to take priority for certain gigs depending on certain aspects. Laurel Acres. Okay, so there you have it. 7 o'clock from Laurel Acres, and also Mainland and Holy Spirit. Although that game might have been moved because of this Cape Atlantic stuff, but that's a 7 o'clock start at Holy Spirit. Brick Township and Point Pleasant Borough for a 7:30 start, the latest in the state tonight. Some people consider it South Jersey, some consider it Central. Ewing versus Princeton, that's a 7 o'clock start as well. The Blue Devils. And a lot of good games tomorrow as well. Absegami and Woodstown, along with CBA and Allentown. As here's a fly ball, floated into center, calling for it McCaffrey, who comes running in, and he makes the catch, 2 down. And Mastero is retired. Here's Lipoff. He struck out his first time. Here's Lipoff. Washington Township, Deptford, Timber Creek, Cumberland, Lenape Eastern, Millville and West Deptford, Williamstown, Ocean City, Riverside, Sterling. A lot of out-of-conference games. Audubon, Cedar Creek. Malvern Prep is playing Del Barton. Yeah, that one's down. MyNJ.com glitched for a couple of seconds and it had games on the wrong column, so it said at first that Malvern Prep, or I'm sorry, it said that Del Barton was playing Camden Academy Charter. And no, that it was a something's bugging out on my phone, but that would be something, wouldn't it? 2 balls, 1 strike. To the cleanup man, Lipoff. Strike called, 2-2. Nate Bott trying to shut down Gloucester Catholic again after the leadoff knock by Terra Nova was negated with the stolen base attempt at second that was cut down. Mastero's fly out, and everybody started moving in like Bott thought that was strike 3, but that was certainly low, and it's 3-2. He got him. Fired the fastball in there, and he was still early. Side retired. We're through 4 here at Gloucester Catholic. Still not a run to be found on the board. It's no score after 4. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties, with experienced instructors with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Mostero's still working through 4. They'll have Rickards, Monteith, and Bott in the 5th. Rickards takes a strike, and it's 1-2. This broadcast is brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Make your dream kitchen come true today with wholesale kitchen cabinets and countertops at heavily discounted rates. Visit today at 612 Creek Road in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. Here's a fly ball down the right field line. Marziani will let it fly. Hits the power lines down the right field line. And still 1-2. That one is hit into center field, hit pretty deep, and Terranova's there. 1 away. I mean, this game could really come down to who's got the edge in the last at-bat. You know, this could really come down to a 7th inning kind of deal, because right now nobody is getting any sort of advantages. Nobody's bending or breaking. Nobody's even giving an inch. I mean, even the guys that have gotten hits, there's not been a single batter in either lineup that has reached base twice. If you got a hit the first time, you certainly didn't get it the second. If you didn't get a hit the first time, you might have gotten it in the second go-around, but that's still no guarantee. 0-1 the count to Monteith, the right fielder. Curveball drops low, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Mostero kicks and delivers. There's a strike right down the pipe, 1-2. Don't forget, folks, this weekend we'll be covering the NJCAA Region 19 Championship with the semifinal game and championship game number 1 in the double elimination game bracket on Saturday. If Sunday means that we'll have another game, then, oh, hold on here. Yeah, they called it a foul ball. Okay. Now it's 1-2. A little bit of hesitancy out of the box, but there you have it. So the 4 teams participating in this bracket are RCGC, Brookdale, Northampton, and Middlesex. Those top 3 teams are all nationally ranked baseball programs. So it'll be fun to watch them duke it out, especially in the semifinal games on Saturday and the championship game potentially on Sunday. Like we said, there's a good chance that if a team goes 3-0 in the tournament, then there's no game 2 on Sunday, and we all go home on Saturday with a champion. The winner goes to play in the Junior College World Series in Auburn, New York. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Mostero blows him away on the fastball. And 2 down in the top of the 5th for Nate Bott. Bott struck out his first time. He's got a batting average below the Mendoza line this year, but he's just looking to get back into the groove of things. I mean, like I said, he's an excellent pitcher with an ERA hanging around 2. If you can be a successful pitcher, nobody's going to care how good you are as a hitter. I mean, sometimes it works in that way in terms of the recruiting field, but if you can be a consistent pitcher, sometimes you don't even need to grab a bat, especially in these Group 4 settings. But I think it comes to no surprise that Gloucester Catholic is the number 1 seed in their current playoff bracket. As that one's outside, 2-1. St. Augustine is the number 1 seed in South Jersey Non-Public A. They're followed up by RBC, CBA, and Immaculata in the top 4, with Notre Dame just above 500 at 11-10. But they're in the 5 seed. Gloucester Catholic, by over 150 power points, is the #1 seed. Eustis is #2. Doane Academy is #3. Ranney #4. Holy Cross #5. And then 6 through 11 is St. Rose Holy Spirit, St. Joe's Hamilton, Princeton Day, and Morristown Friends. Or Doane Academy. So I've been saying it wrong for like 3 years. 3-2. Learn something new every day. There's a foul ball. But here's something, even if you do learn something new every day, for every kid in their lives, there's going to be a day where they've got to learn to drive. And where do you go for that? You go to Harper Driving School. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School, where 95% of students pass their road test on their first try. Visit today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road, as Bogart with a nice play over at second base. He got him. Side retired. Inning over as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Kingsway still held dry. We go to the bottom of the 5th with score 09504. Or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. Bottom of the 5th inning. Still rolling strong here. No score between Kingsway and Gloucester Catholic. Nate Scott still working hard as we start off the bottom of the 5th. With Danza, Darius, and Lynham. That one's outside, 1-0. Popped up, first base side. Possibly playable, but it will land in the street, 1-1. Don't forget, on Monday, May 20th, tune in for some NJTAC tournament softball between the Atlantic Tech Redhawks and the GCIT Cheetahs from Sewell on DWB. That's the semifinal round of the Group 3 and 4 bracket. So I'll have to see how the non-public bracket works, as we've never done a private school league before, or a private school playoff bracket before. There's 12 teams that are classified in South Jersey non-public A, and there's 11 in the non-public B bracket. So the way I would interpret it is, I guess with 11, you just have five teams get first round buys, or I'm not sure. Maybe you just play to, I don't know. I mean, if you have 12, could theoretically, I don't know. It's a little funky the way it works, especially when you don't have a clean 16 to work with. I mean, there's just not enough private schools with baseball programs to go around that have that problem. So there's a swing and a miss. And Danza goes down on strikes. Nate Bott with his 5th strikeout of the night. Or actually, excuse me, his 6th strikeout of the night. So he has been rocking and rolling as he now faces Darius, who doubled in his first at-bat, but did not come around to score. That one's outside. North Jersey non-public A, that has your Don Bosco, your Del Barton. That's the funny thing about it all, is that Don Bosco, Seton Hall Prep, and Del Barton, they aren't even in the first spot. Don Bosco's number 2, and Del Barton's number 4. That's how stacked that is. And St. Peter's Prep, which we covered earlier this year, they're 16 and 7. They're in the 8 seed. That's how stacked North Jersey private schools are. South Jersey, besides Gloucester Catholic and Bishop Eustace and St. Augustine, don't really have that same charm. That's going to be an error at third base. So a liner up the line by Darius gets him on base for the second time tonight. Here's Lynham. Lynham struck out his first time. So none of the private brackets in North Jersey or South Jersey have over 16 teams. North Jersey non-public A has the most of all 4 brackets with 14. Non-public B in North, that has your St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Mary Rutherford, Gill St. Bernard's, Rutgers Prep, that kind of thing. They are with 13, but only 12 field a program. Cavalry Christian of Oldbridge does not, but they are still classified in the bracket. Here comes a throw down to second, and despite the delayed start, they almost got him too, so that would have been an impressive feat. This count is 0-1 to Lynham. Crazy thing about North Jersey non-public B, their bracket right now is that only the top 2 seeds and 1 in the 9 spot are above 500 programs. Gill St. Bernard's is in the 3 seed with a 9-11-1 record. Montclair Kimberly is in the 4 seed with a 7-15 record, and then Rutgers Prep and Morristown Beard are in the 5 and 6 seeds respectively with 7-13 records. 2-1. And of course, for the visitors tonight, Kingsway is at the 2 seed in South Jersey Group 4. Rancocas Valley is the 1 seed, Cherokee at 3, Southern Regional at 4, Eastern at 5. As this one is hit into left center field, and it's over the head of the left fielder. Coming in to score is Darius, and Gloucester Catholic has their first run of the night on an RBI double. Hit a little funky out towards left center field, but Guy Lynham brings it home, and it's 1-0 Gloucester Catholic. It's about time. I had a feeling we'd finally start to see some cracks in the Kingsway, offensive, if you will. But Lynham gets it done. Here's Pancoast. Obviously, Kingsway, if they win tonight, that would be a huge, huge leap in South Jersey Group 4. Probably would get them over the leap, over the hump of RV, which is number 1 in power points. They're at 590. Kingsway's at 564. As here's a fly ball out towards right, backpedaling and making the catch is Monteith. Now going down the third, but holding. Lynham gets in there, and there is 2 away. After the fly out to right by Pancoast, here's Marziani. He struck out his first time. He's now 3 for 26 on the season. For the rest of the seeds in South Jersey Group 4, 6 through 10 is Lenape, Egg Harbor, Toms River East, and Washington Township, GCIT in the 10 spot, and 11 through 16. Hold on here for the pitch. There's a strike. Vineland at 11, Cherry Hill East at 12, ACIT at 13, Toms River North at 14, Millville at 15, and Pensauken at 16. Williamstown, Atlantic City, Central Regional, CCTS, and Bridgeton are on the outside looking in. Marziani gets a hold of this one into straightaway center field. McCaffrey is there, and he makes the catch, side retired. Kingsway falters with their first run of the night, but they certainly have the offensive firepower to attack Mastero for a counter. We go to the top of the 6th, 1-0 GC. Top of the 6th, Kingsway's working with the top half of their order, 1, 2, and 3. Getting us started in the 6th here. Mastero still out there, delivers a first pitch foul. Fly ball out towards right center field. Marziani going over, and he makes the catch. Hanging on to it in right field, and Kingsway is down to their final 5 outs. One away. As Taylor is retired, here's Gavin McCaffrey. Gavin McCaffrey, the commit to Misericordia. Fouled back. Yeah, you might be right. It might be Misericordia. I would not imagine a lot of colleges would have misery in their title.
I know a couple of buddies of mine that live up that way.
There you go. Strike called. 0-2. McCaffrey on the campaign, along with his younger brother Killian McCaffrey, a 275 average this year, 14 walks, 22 for 68, 11 RBIs, and 22 career stolen bases, 6 of them this year. Still 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Foul back. Still 1-2. Outside on the curveball. GC has not brought anybody up to their bullpen yet, and Kingsway has not done the same with theirs. So seems like this might just be a straight up pitcher's duel. I mean, we've only seen actually 2 extra base hits, as that one's a liner foul into the street. I mean, think about it this way: they're both by Gloucester Catholic. A 2nd inning double by Darius, a 5th inning RBI double by Lynham, They have really been the only extra base hits tonight by either team, and both are by GC. There's a ground ball. Darius stretches for it at first, and it's in time. Both of these games we've covered in the last couple of days have been lightning fast. I'll tell you that much. Yesterday, we set a new record for the shortest 7-inning game in DWB history at 1 hour and 26 minutes. Now, that record was broken on April 19th in Bordentown versus Audubon. That was a 1 hour and 36-minute game, and then Audubon went ahead and shattered it by 10 minutes. Didn't think I could ever even fathom a 7-inning game being done in an hour and a half, but here we are. Top of the 8th, by the way, in Region 19 play. Brookdale leads Middlesex 6-0.
The game was an hour 10 yesterday?
Yeah, an hour 26 yesterday with Audubon and Sterling. The previous record was 1 hour 36, and then a couple of days before the Sterling game in Shawnee versus Audubon this past Saturday, that game was an hour 40. That was just a couple shy of the record.
Yesterday's game was like a 1-0 walk-off. That was a 4-1 game, too.
No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Mastero has this one grounded foul. Kingsway with just 3 hits tonight, and those have been the only base runners allowed. No errors in the field, no walks. And Mastero with 3 strikeouts. Looking for K number 4, though, as he's ahead in the count, 0-2 to pop off. Instead, he lines this one past third in the left for hit number 4. His second knock of the night. He struck Mastero once in the first for a single, and now does it again in the 6th inning as Kingsway is down to their final 4 outs. And here's Cupsey now. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to center. Throw back to first. They got him. Pickoff attempt works to perfection. And Kingsway ends the inning on a bummer. We go to the bottom of the 6th. GC looking to hang on and add some insurance. And hold on. Sorry about that. Kingsway was looking like they were going to try to have an appeal on that, but they decided against it. So we are going to break 1-0 GC. Bottom of the 6th. Here from Joe Barth after Kingsway's inning ended with a bummer as a pickoff attempt at first was successful. We start the sixth with Bogart, Terranova, and Mastero. Bogart pops this one up to right field. Monteith calls for it, and the can of corn is made. One away. 1-0 Gloucester Catholic here in the bottom of the sixth. The only run surrendered tonight was on a RBI double in the fifth by Guy Lynham. That was really it. Nate Vaught is probably going the distance tonight, and I would imagine Jack Mastero as well. I mean, obviously with this being crunch time before the brackets are released on Sunday, I mean, let's be honest here. You know, there were a lot of questions over, you know, why Mastero starting in this kind of situation. But I mean, GC's been pretty strapped in terms of their pitching over the course of what they've had in these past couple of weeks. They've been filled to the brim with the games that they've had. They're 21-1, but they've been a little bit everywhere. They played again Monsignor Bonner on the 13th, Washington Township on the 14th. So this is their third game this week, but they also played Del Barton on the 23rd. I don't know if that was just added, or I don't know if it's been there this entire time, but Gloucester Catholic and Del Barton is going to be their last regular season game on the 23rd at 4 o'clock at Del Barton. Gloucester Catholic 21-1, Del Barton 22-2. So only 3 losses between them. I mean, that's that's wild if you ask me. That's like an all-star game matchup right there with Gloucester Catholic and Del Barton. Gotta imagine Jersey Sports Zone's gonna be there for that. But Kingsway, if they lose tonight, would fall to 16-7. They would probably still be in the second seed of South Jersey Group 4, but obviously anything can change. They wanted to win tonight because, first of all, you want to win any night, but at the same time, if they had beaten Gloucester Catholic, which is still a possibility, don't get me wrong, they've still got 3 outs to go in the top of the 7th, but obviously, if you look at this game as a 1-0 final, would have been a big opportunity for them to leap the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 4. Kingsway has one more out-of-conference home game on the 22nd, and that is versus St. Augustine. So this is their second to last game of the regular season. But there are some wicked matchups between these two teams on the horizon. Del Barton on the 23rd for Gloucester Catholic, and then Kingsway St. Augustine on the 22nd. Ground ball out to short, picked up, and the throw is in time. 2 down. Here's Mastero. It'll be a great time for an insurance run, especially because Gloucester Catholic and Kingsway both have arms warming up. Killian McCaffrey for Kingsway, and there's another fella up there. That is Marziani. So he just exited the bullpen. I wonder if he's going to pitch the 7th then, because Mastero, this is his longest ever pitching appearance as a junior. Mastero takes down the pipe. Mastero 0 for 2 at the plate. Kingsway started out the year with a great start at 10-0, but have lost 3 of their last 5. They had an 11-1 win over Washington Township and a 10-0 win over Highland. Lost to Mainland 1-0 on the 13th, and then lost to Clearview 6-5 on the 14th. I mean, Clearview has probably been one of the most surprising teams in South Jersey. After their 2-7 start, they're now 12-10-1, and again, that weird tie versus Northern Burlington doesn't help your cause any, but they finished that game after 11 innings. And the crazy thing about that Northern Burlington and Clearview tie is that all runs were scored in the first inning. NBC got 2 in the first, Clearview got 2 in the first, and then they scored 0 on either team for 10 innings straight. Ground ball out to short. Picked up by nobody. Goes into center field, and Mostero's got a base hit. And Mostero gets a knock back up the middle. And now McCaffrey coming in from the bullpen, and with the cream of the crop of Kingsway's order, Tommy Popoff going out to talk to Bont now. I wonder if this is going to call the end of his night. From where we're at in right field, we cannot see the pitch count. There's a scoreboard, obviously, right here down the right field line, but that is facing the other way, so no real way for us to see that. I mean, Northern Burlington, Clearview, definitely some of the most surprising teams that we've seen. The crazy run that they had in the Diamond Classic is something that people are going to remember for a while. And for the people that do not think that the Diamond Classic should have been increased to 32 teams, that is going to be, you know, kind of their song to sing, is that, you know, people would say, oh, if it was a 16-team tournament, Northern Burlington wouldn't be there, Washington Township wouldn't be there, Lenape wouldn't be there. You know, even some of the teams that upset in the first round, like Audubon, they wouldn't have been there. You know, part of me agrees, part of me disagrees. I'm still a little torn on it, but again, I don't have a place at the table. Throw down the first. You know, I'm just a guy with an opinion and a voice. You know, I try to have my conscience in check, but
pretty much almost every single kid's back. We only got one senior.
Yeah.
Everyone either a junior or a sophomore this year.
So a good point by our producer, Chris Baker. Northern Burlington is basically a lock for a bid next year because they are basically no seniors, mostly sophomores and juniors on that team. And I think there's some teams that could definitely make big impacts in the next couple of years. Like I have been really surprised by Burlington Township's stuff this year. I mean, 12-5 isn't too much more than what they had last year, but I feel like they're getting a lot more recognition for it. Fly ball to right center field, but that story will have to wait for another day. Monteith makes the catch and the side is retired. Kingsway is down to their final three. We'll find out if it's Mostero or Marziani or somebody else who trots out onto the hill for inning number 7, as they're going to try to close out this pitcher's duel versus Kingsway. We'll be right back. Jack Mastero looking to do something that he has not done before in his high school career, a complete game shutout, but Kingsway is going to give him a run for his money with a base hit to left on the first pitch of the 7th. Cupsey, Bragg, and Thorpe getting the party started. Nothing yet from Dennis Barth. They are sticking with the man as Cupsey gets his second hit of the night. He's 2 for 3. You're watching coverage of Tri-County Conference Baseball right here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinshow@gmail.com. That one's outside. 1-0. Zach Bragg, 2 flyouts tonight, 0 for 2. Here's a pop-up. Got way under that. Now Terra Nova's going back. He's got it, and he makes the catch. 1 away. So Kingsway now down to their final 2 punches here as Braden Thorpe grabs the bat. Make that 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts for Zach Bragg. So he's gotten contact every time that he's needed to, but just hasn't been in the way that he wanted. Fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Gloucester Catholic would improve to 22-1 with a win. Kingsway would fall to 16-7 and would remain in the 2 spot for South Jersey Group 4 playoffs. That one is outside. Here's a floater in the right center. There's a base hit. Hustling around second. Here comes Cupsey. He's got trouble with it in right field, but he hangs onto it. Runners on the corners for Kingsway. And Mastero's in trouble. Now, what is Dennis Barth going to do here? Are you going to just put the infield in, have your fingers crossed, and see what happens, or?
Corners in, middle of the plate.
Yeah. Here we go. So they are sticking with the man. Big chance for Kingsway to tie the game. This will be a decision of if you stick with your gut or do you stick with the numbers. That one's high and away to Dylan Rickards, 1-0. Just got to give confidence to Mastero here. You've got the corner infielders in. The middle infielders in double play depth on the edge of the grass. Here's a ground ball. Out towards second, picked up by Bogart. There's one, and save, tie game! He got in there by the skin of his teeth, and Kingsway at the 11th hour ties the game 1-1. Kyle Cupsey just got it home plate, but more importantly, Dylan Rickards beat the throw down the line. And the game is tied as Dylan Rickards, for the 2nd time this year on one of our broadcasts, plays heroics for the visiting team. Rickards reaches on a 4-6-3 fielder's choice. Cupsey scores, Bragg out at second, and now Mastero is going to try to finish here. They're going to keep him in. I don't even know how many pitches he's at, but he's pacing all around the mound. In another world, there's a possibility that's out number 3 and the game's over, depending on who you have down there. That's a bang-bang play. Throw down to first, not in time. Gloucester Catholic, now that they are going to bat in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Danza, Darius, and Lynham. And if you want a walk-off winner, I would say those are 3 good candidates to do it. 1-1 game here on the top of the 7th here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Gloucester Catholic never fails to bring a good game to our living rooms. And it's 1-1 on a swing and miss. So now the only runner that stands is Dylan Rickards on first, but he has been run for by number 7, who is not on the roster, but we'll see if we can fix that there. Two-1. That goes to the catcher, which traps it. That is number 7, Ryan Golan at first base, running for the DH Rickards. Obviously just trying to push that run across with 2 outs and a 3-1 count. Got a good chance to push the needle further. But I don't know. I mean, this will be interesting. Fly ball, right field. That ball is foul. And if that ball hooks into the corner for a fair ball, you've got yourself a 2-1 game. Because they put Golan on first because he's fast. He is without a doubt fast, and just got to trust the process with Kingsway. You know, right now, what you're looking at is if they beat Gloucester Catholic, they jump to the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 4. Because they have a higher winning percentage than Rancocas Valley. They're at 16-6. Rancocas Valley's at 16-8. They've played 2 more games. And then they've got 2 more. Collingswood on the 18th. I don't know why RV is playing Collingswood. It seems like a little bit of a different matchup, but to each their own. And then Shawnee on the 21st. So RV's got 2 more games. Collingswood on Saturday, Shawnee on Tuesday. There's a foul ball deep down on the Browning Road. Look out. And they have won 3 of their last 4, losing to Cherokee on the 16th to give Cherokee the Olympic American title with a 6-2 record. Now they throw back to first, not in time. All right, so it's go time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Go ahead run on first. That being Ryan Golan. There's a ground ball. That gets stopped at third. The throw from across the diamond is not in time. And look who gets to third. He gets in there. Now the ball is getting away. No, wait a second. What? Darius did tag him out at first. Did he get around? What in the world? What in the world just happened? They're saying Darius tagged him out at first. Alvaro, hands on hips, coming out. Not happy about it. This is something, but we'll keep it here for just a moment. You know what? When our camera panned away, what happened is that the runner turned around, and I think because he took a step towards second base, what it would have been is that he now has to touch the base again because he motioned towards second base. So they are going to try to go through all the avenues that you can, but Alvaro is not happy. Because that could have given Kingsway the lead. That, I don't know. We didn't get that because we were focused on the runner going down to third, but man, tough call no matter how you slice it. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 1-1. Bottom of the 7th. We didn't think we'd be in this situation, and in fact, Kingsway thinks that they should still be batting in the top of the 7th because they would have had runners on the corners, but they say that the batter, Ian Monteith, turned or rounded first, therefore had to go back to the bag. Darius tagged him out. Man, sucks that we didn't get it, but umpire just took off his mask here, and after the foul ball. So whatever they talked about, they've gotten over it. I thought it might have been that the ball ticked off of the umpire's mask. I didn't see if that happened, but it is 0-1. That one's high and inside. Two and 1. 1-1. Kingsway and Gloucester Catholic tied in the bottom of the 7th. Doesn't get much better than this. They've got really some of the best in the order. Danza, Darius, and Lynham. Darius and Lynham have had GC's only 2 extra base hits tonight. And it's 2-2. Little tapper up the line foul. Two balls, 2 strikes to the Virginia commit, Danza. Ground ball, third base side, shoots in the left field for a base hit. And he gets aboard to start Gloucester Catholic's party in the 7th. Well, I'll tell you, every time we've been here, it's been interesting. First time we were here, it was a 3-hour, 19-minute scrimmage with Cherry Hill West, and Cherry Hill West won that game 11-4. We were here for the Thank You Classic. Red Bank Catholic lost that game 5-3, and it looks like Alvaro's coming out. So Bont will be taken out of the game, and it looks like Killian McCaffrey is going to be the guy to follow. So we'll have a DWB pitching change as Kingsway is just one batter away from really having their backs against the wall here. I mean, this game, if not for that RBI single in the top of the 7th, we would be over. We'd be out of here. But the ball was hitting the infield, and they took care of it, and Kingsway tied the game. Just couldn't get ahead fast enough for them to get in that position to take the lead. So we will be right back, 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Killian McCaffrey on the hill in the bottom of the 7th inning with a runner on, facing off against another Miami commit with a Virginia fella on base ahead of him. McCaffrey, the junior, a 1.93 ERA in 32 2/3 innings. There is a ball outside. 29 strikeouts, 9 earned runs, and 8 walks. Throw it down to first, not in time. 2-0. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. with the Region 19 Championship with the semifinals in the NJCAA Regional Championship. Championship Game 1 will be for the double elimination bracket at 3 o'clock on Saturday. If necessary, Game 2 will be at 12 o'clock on Sunday. Winner plays in the Junior College World Series in Auburn, New York. 2 balls, no strikes. Fouled back to the right side, and it's 2-1. Darius had a double in the second inning for the first hit allowed off of Nate Bott. His final line tonight is 6 innings with 6 strikeouts and just 4 hits allowed. Or actually 5 hits allowed, excuse me, including that 7th inning single. Danza started the run, but he was able to decoy him successfully, and it's 3-1. McCaffrey has appeared in 6 games this year, and in fact, this is only his 2nd conference game he's appeared in. He appeared versus Audubon, St. Augustine, Shawnee, Williamstown, Hamilton, and Mainland. Williamstown was the only other Tri-County team that he has appeared with this year. So he has mostly been a guy that you face when you're seeing someone from not exactly right around the corner. Darius 1 for 2, a double. He reached on an error. He has been the only batter in Gloucester Catholic's arsenal to reach base twice. Another throw down to first. He got him. That time is the charm. Noah Danza down on the pickoff attempt, and there's 1 away. That's exactly what they needed right there. That's going to get their dugout fired up. That's exactly what you need. Now both teams have kind of gotten bitten with pickoff attempts tonight. Excuse me. And Darius swings and misses. A 1-2 punch, and in the span of 30 seconds, you've got 2 outs right there. A pickoff and a strikeout. Now here's Guy Lynham. Ball to Lynham. That one's in the center field for a 2-out base hit. My mom just texted me, bless you. Thank you, Mom. So a 2-out knock off the bat of Lynham. And he is now the 2nd batter for Gloucester Catholic to reach base twice, as he's got a 2 for 3 mark, as here is Henry Pancoast. He's 0 for 2. Now the winning run is on first. Pancoast takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Another throw down to first. Oh my goodness, felt like deja vu from about 3 minutes ago. But that one is no good. 0-1 the count to Lynham. Or rather, Pancoast with Lynham on first base. Marziani on deck for GC. Another throw. Oh my goodness. Hey, they got it to work the first time. I can't blame them for trying and trying again. You know, it's the famous quote, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And they are certainly trying again. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. 0-2. Oh, that one hit right off of the roof of a brand new Ram. And that's one of those trucks that's like a luxury truck. You don't see the bed being used a lot in one of those, but here you are, the 0-2 count, winning run on first. And the pitch. That is outside, and now getting down to second unopposed is Lynham. That's exactly what you needed there. He just fumbled with the ball a little bit, and you didn't need much else other than that. Just got a piece of it, fouls it back. And it's 1-2. If you're just tuning in, Kingsway and Gloucester Catholic tied up 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Winning run is in scoring position at second base. Gloucester Catholic looking to avoid their second loss of the year, but I mean, hey, Kingsway miraculously tied the game in the 7th inning, and now they're trying to hang on for dear life in the bottom half. Here's the pitch. Pancoast fouls it back again. Gets a good hack on it, but nothing out of it. One more try. From the stretch. Looks back at second. That skips in the dirt. Lynham has to scramble back to second base, which he does so successfully. Here you go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Got another piece of it. I mean, there's no stopping these guys. I mean, Pancoast is just fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat. Coming up right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh my goodness. That's ball 3. How? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm an impartial broadcaster by all means, but how is that not strike 3? And it'll cost him. For now, as a ground ball to short is muffed, but the throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So who cares about the strike 3 call? You got out of the inning anyway. 7 innings is not enough to decide a victor in this one. We go to extras from Joe Barrs Field. 1-1 going to the 8th. 7 innings was not enough to determine a winner. We go to the top of the 8th here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. 1-1 Kingsway and Gloucester Catholic. Sal Marziani takes the hill for the Rams. A 0.84 ERA in 8 1/3 innings as that one misses up and in. And I have not seen this before, but the entire Kingsway dugout is outside in front of the dugout railing. They have all exited the dugout and are now just standing, like leaning against the fence. There's really not a single soul that's behind that fence. I mean, they are all in it together. One strike. Marziani delivers. Ground ball out to short. Danza from the edge of the grass picks it up, and it's not in time. He gets in there. And Nate Bott does get a hit after all. He was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and now he rebounds as the throw was just a tad late. Now for Logan Taylor. Logan Taylor 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out to his name tonight. By the way, in some out-of-town updates, Mainland just beat Ocean City 3-2 as a fly ball to left is caught. 1 away. They beat them 3-2 to advance to the Cape Atlantic final versus St. Augustine. And now Taylor is 0 for 4 on the night for Gavin McCaffrey now.
They played the Cape Atlantic final at the Atlantic City Surf Stadium.
Oh yeah, so he just just suggested if you play the Cape Atlantic final at the Atlantic City Surf Stadium, where I believe Atlantic Cape Community College plays, as here's a bunt over to first, and he is safe. He got pulled off the bag. Darius got pulled off the bag. McCaffrey is in there. A bunt single. Wait, what? Did he? Are you? Wait, what? Are you gonna call him out because he was running out of the baseline? They're trying to explain themselves right now. He's out. There's 2 outs. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You cannot make this up. So they're going to say he was running out of the baseline. They call McCaffrey out. So he is also now 0 for 4. And here's Tommy Popoff. Two outs now. Go ahead on first being Nate Bott. No, there's no way. Popped up first base side. Darius going over. He drops the ball. Kingsway's dugout's loving that too. I looked back at the footage. There is no way. There is absolutely no way, from at least the angle that I saw, that he was out of the baseline in any way. That is egregious if I've ever seen one. He ran straight down the line. 0-1 after the pop-up down the first base line. Pop-off, 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles and a fly out to center. Nate Bott on first base after having to retreat back to the bag after McCaffrey's unusual play. Curveball outside, now they throw behind the runner, not in time. And that ball was outside, 1-1. Woodstown leads GCIT 3-2 in the top of the 7th. Washington Township and Pennsauken are tied 0-0 going to the top of the 9th. So if you thought this game was getting a little long here. They're one step ahead of you. 2-1. That is down, 3-1. Here's a ball tagged into the gap in right center field. Marziani makes the catch running towards the fence. Or excuse me, not Marziani, but yeah, how about that? Jude Morgan in right field. What a catch. And the end. And if Kingsway loses this game, they are going to be livid with the men in blue afterwards. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 1-1 score. Bottom of the 8th here at Gloucester Catholic. Anthony Renz was the one who made that catch in right field. Let's take a look at that replay. Center field, Marziani makes the catch running towards the fence. Or excuse me, not Marziani, but yeah, how about that? So Anthony Renz, who came in right field for Sal Marziani, as umpires having a discussion with Dennis Barth. These guys have been coming under heavy fire from both coaches, from Alvaro and from Dennis Barth tonight. Obviously with that call to... I don't even know what to say at this point. He's getting an explanation from the home plate umpire, and looks like they'll break. So McCaffrey on the hill for the bottom of the 8th as Kingsway very controversially gets held scoreless. And now, starting off the bottom of the 8th, is a first pitch ball to Marziani. Marziani, Bogart, and Terranova batting 9, 1, and 2. And that one's outside, 2-0. And now Gloucester Catholic's doing their own little gestures and Little things like that. 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Well, there was a little bit of chirping outside of the Kingsway dugout at the end of the inning, and Gloucester Catholic is returning the favor. I mean, this is good old-fashioned banter. You love to see it. As long as it doesn't get personal and as long as things don't get out of hand, I am all for the fun little banter and the things that make this game so great. That's foul ball. I mean, everybody wants to just imagine that they are the perfect, moral warrior, but at the same time, being tough, being intimidating and being, a little bit reckless, a little bit of a wild child. That's the fun part of baseball. And there's a swing and a miss. Marziani, 3 for 27. 1 away. Marziani with 2 strikeouts tonight, as now we turn it over to Jason Bogart. He is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a flyout. Strike called, 0-1. Outside. Strike called. 1 and 2. One away and nobody on. There's a ground ball up the middle. Stopped at short, but that will be a base hit as Taylor couldn't form a throw in time. And now the winning run is on, that being Bogart, now for Terra Nova. By the way, in more Region 19 games, Northampton beat Brookdale 12-10. So Northampton will play RCGC at 3 p.m. on Saturday. So that will be the second game that we cover. Terra Nova 1 for 2. That one's away. That's high and away. And it's 3-0. Excuse me, Terra Nova is 1 for 3 tonight. Here in the bottom of the 8th from Joe Barth Field, one of the classic venues here in South Jersey. They're going to try to make this plan work. And Terra Nova just stands there and takes the green light strike. And it's 3-1. Mastaro on deck, the guy who pitched 7 innings for GC before being relieved, his longest appearance on the mound ever in his high school career. 1-1, or 3-1 rather, is ball 4. And now the winning run is at second base. No word yet from Bill Alvaro, but here you are. Unfortunately, though, no matter how this game ends, it's going to have some people putting an asterisk next to it just for its controversy. You know, the runner being tagged out after turning a base and not going back to the bag, Darius tagging him out, the whole runner going out of the baseline situation. You know, those are tough calls that in a tie game in extra innings are the most difficult pills to swallow. But here's Mastaro looking to play hero with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch inside at the ankles. 1-0. Mastero 1 for 3. He was 0 for 2, but then singled in the 6th inning to break his 0 for. Terranova on first, Bogart on second. The only out in this inning was Marziani, who struck out his second time tonight. 2-0 now, as that one's high. And now, mid-count, mid-at-bat, Kingsway's pitching coach coming out here. Not Bill Alvaro, but I didn't see anybody else warming up for Kingsway. And Gloucester Catholic also doesn't have anyone warming up in their pen. So this is a do-or-die situation here. If Kingsway can't get the ball under control, then Gloucester Catholic will get another walk-off win. But if Kingsway can lock in and just hit their spots, then you're good. Look at this. They're just having a boatload of fun here. And they're trying to get in Kingsway's head a little bit, especially after Kingsway did the move of standing all outside of their dugout in the top half. Gloucester Catholic's doing the same. Not a single soul sitting within the concrete walls of that dugout. Whoa, that one's a mile high, and both runners are going to advance. Winning run on third. Again, everyone standing outside of the dugout. I didn't even know that was legal, but here we are. Mastero looking to play hero. 3-0 count with one away. Fouled back, hits off the netting. As we said, our next broadcast will be Saturday at 11 a.m. with NJCAA Region 19 coverage from RCGC. With that 4-team tournament, Middlesex, Brookdale, Northampton, and RCGC. The 3 o'clock game is confirmed to be RCGC and Northampton in the championship. Here's a line drive, that'll do it. Base hit to right and in extras. Mastero plays hero, not only on the mound, but at the plate with a walk-off single to right. And Gloucester Catholic stays with just a 1 loss on their record. 21-1 turns to 22 with Jack Mastero getting the knock, game winner. And that will do it. After a bit of banter, a bit of heckling back and forth, this game ends with a walk-off single off the bat of Jack Mastero. The final score, Kingsway 1, Gloucester Catholic 2 in 8 innings. Your player of the game, brought to you by Harper Driving School, is Jack Mastero. He got the walk-off hit, 2 for 4 on the night, and delivered 7 innings of his own, 6 of them scoreless, as they knock off Kingsway to get their 22nd win of the year. We'll be right back with our Harper Driving School post-game show and more right after this. All right, an 8-inning thriller with a Kingsway 2-1 loss to Gloucester Catholic. They're now 22-1 on the campaign, and the man who led it on both ends of the ball was Jack Mastero, the uncommitted junior, who is today's Harper Driving School player of the game. Got 7 innings on the hill and 2 for 4 at the dish, including the walk-off win. You know, that was a 10 game. Had a lot of fireworks near the end. You guys had the playful banter. That's what makes this game so great in the first place. You guys have an intense rivalry, and you guys now swept the season series. How did you feel out there today?
Good, confident on the mound. Earlier today, I got the call that I was getting a start on bump because Tate was still a little sore from the other day. That they told me today, and I was ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you in the follow-up, was because this was only your second start of the year, because Washington Township was 5 innings, but that was your longest ever pitching appearance as a Ram. So you definitely answered the call versus one of the top teams, and even on short notice, even only knowing this morning that you were going to get the call, it definitely did not disappoint. So with you being out there, your defense backing you up, being really efficient on the hill, and you also got that contribution at the plate. But you guys right now are in a crazy situation where you are over 150 power points ahead on the second seed in South Jersey Non-Public B. Right. So as you guys get ready to wrap up the regular season, you guys seem really loose. What is that vibe like in the dugout?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, to be 22-1 is unbelievable. And every day at practice, we go hard in practice. It's the only way you can be good. And that's the only way you can have the record we have, is to go hard in practice. You can't have weak practices. We talk about that all the time. Just staying confident. And when I went out there today to pitch, I mean, I knew I had guys behind me that could field, so just let them hit it. Let the guys do the work.
Yeah, and I mean, Gloucester Catholic, as we were talking about on the way here, lost a lot of guys last year. Tanner Nolan, Sal Cerisi, RJ Mastero, along with a whole bunch of other guys in your crew. You guys almost started fresh this year, and then you got better. 22-1. Even you guys lost 7 games last year.
Right.
Like, that's still very good. And the fact that you guys are on this incredible run, with the only loss being in the semis of the Diamond Classic to another great team, you guys are on the top of the world right now. So what is the mentality like for you guys to make sure that you're not falling off the ball or getting lackadaisical this final week?
Just staying together, being a team. So all season we've been a team. Even that Cherry Hill West loss, I mean, we can't bounce back and beat Bonner the next day, the next couple days after that. So just staying together and being together, and that's how you get it done.
And now for you guys, as you prepare to go into the playoffs, you guys really seem to have everything worked out. So what is what's the game plan going forward for you guys? Just hanging on?
Yeah, I mean, keep doing what we're doing. We'll go on the ruts here and there. I mean, it's baseball, that happens. But just keep swinging the bats, keep scoring runs, and keep winning.
And that's how a winning team works.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jack, very much for your time. Harper Driving School Player of the Game. We'll close this one out here from Joe Barth. Final score 2-1 in favor of Gloucester Catholic. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. with the 3 o'clock game featuring this guy's brother, RJ Mastero, the NJCAA Region 19 Finals. Rowan College of South Jersey punched their ticket to the finals. For tomorrow, they'll face Northampton. The 11 o'clock game will be Brookdale and Middlesex in an elimination game. From everybody here at DWB, our social media coordinators, Brandon DeKagerland and Keelan Coran, our graphics Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my producer, Chris Baker. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you for JUCO baseball in one of the brightest hot spots in South Jersey on Saturday. Have a good one, folks.